Hello. Hey guys, Biswajit, what's up? Hey guys, thanks for joining, man. Yeah, keep coming, and we'll start this in a while. Just a little moment. I hope everyone's doing good with all the pandemic scenes going on, staying safe at home. Well, that's the priority. Hey, man. Hey, all of you. Biswajit, Pegasus on Quest, Mr. Mankind. Nice to see you. Parul, Austin, Sunny, Mr. Sunny Dai, Sonali. Hi. Hey guys. Welcome to Rock and Talk. Alright, so I'm pretty stoked to announce that this is the first episode, and I'm going to do this over time, every alternate night by 10 p.m. Tonight we have a guest, and his name is Sudarshan Mankad, aka Mr. Mankind. Well, I'll tell you a little about Mr. Mankind. He's involved in a couple of projects. He's a brilliant guitarist, very good friend of mine, and I know him since really long time. It's been, if I have to calculate, it's around probably seven years. It's been 7 years I know him, since the days when Garage Jam was the scene back in the days in Bangalore, and all the underground scene used to happen there, and that's when I met him. And he's a insane shredder, right? And he's involved with Tachyon Medula. He's got another project called Moral Collapse, and he's also a part of the band called Infamy. They're all good. Right, without any further ado, I would like to call him and introduce to all of you guys. Right, brother, let's go. Hey, Arvind. Hey, brother, what's up?
How's it going, man? What's happening?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. Really glad to be here.
Welcome. Welcome to the first episode of Rock and Talk, man.
Rock and Talk, man. This is really awesome. One great platform and a great initiative. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much. Pleasure's all mine, man. Thank you so much. All right, why don't we start with a little bit of guitar conversation, and then we'll talk about your journey and everything.
Most certainly, yes.
All right, here we go. You want a key or something like A minor, B minor, anything like that, or just?
Don't need no key, bro.
All right, here we go. Cool. Sounds good to me. All right, just a moment. Let me pick. Right, is it audible, guys?
Yeah, I can hear you though. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Awesome. There we go.
Man, you're making me sweat here.
Cool, brother. Cool. Awesome, bro. Brother, yo, boys, what's up? What's up? All the guys are joining in. That's damn good to see all of you guys, man. I'm really so stoked. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right,
And
bro.
thank you so much for making this happen, Eddie.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much, man. I just wanted to do this because, I mean, look at the time. It's strange times, and there's no shows, first of all, and then what can we do? We can practice at home, of course, and then we can also do this. So there's no benefits behind doing this or anything like that. I'm not a greedy person. So yeah, so it's all love about the metal and all rocking, rocking scenes and stuff like that. I'm just another kid like you or anyone who's watching this or anyone who's out there. Just rocking around, loves metal, loves rock, and everything like that. So okay, brother. Can you take me back and share a little about your story and how you got into this?
Well, my story begins like some 13 years ago now. This was way back. I'm a local guy, so growing up in Bangalore, so you get to know that there is rock, there's metal, there's shows happening. You read in the newspaper, and the first time I got to know that Deep Purple was playing in Bangalore, and then there was Pink Floyd, and that's how I started getting into it. So mostly, I'm majorly lucky to have a brother like Supreet. I mean, he is like one. Yeah, he's on an amazing human being, man. I mean, having him around. So he'd go to college. I'd be in school, right? Listening to stupid Bollywood songs. I mean, it's not Bollywood is not stupid. Okay, fine, but I find it stupid. That's a different thing. So this guy would go to his college, and then he got Metallica once. Okay, he got Leper Mashai, and he got Wherever I May Roam, and he's like, dude, check this shit out. And that's how it all started. This was 2001 or 2 or something way back then. And I think I'd already started listening to bands like Linkin Park and all that. That's how it all started for me, definitely. I was like, awesome. What is that heavy thing, man? Why are the guitars so heavy and it's so good? It has to be heavy. Right. And then start the journey, and then so again, Supreet Mankad, the guardian angel, he comes with he somehow arranges money back in the days, buys a Gibson Blue Diamond. That was my first guitar. So Gibson Blue Diamond. Yeah, Gibson, not right. Gibson. Yeah. And it was like what, 4,000?
With a V.
Yeah, with a V. And 4,000 or something, the guitar was priced, and we did not have a pedal. We just had that, and I think we had a Stranger amp. And we were like, okay, fine, let's just go. And then this is another really important person I should mention. So this guy used to play for Cryptos back in the days. His name's Axe Patel. Zax. So this guy, Axe, A-X-E. Axe.
Okay.
Axe Patel. So this guy, right, back in 2002, 2003, this guy would just shred. He was like the shred god. And then, Bugger would play Master of Puppets, like on dot, everything, like every part of it, his tones was perfect. He was playing a dinky. He had a bean pod. And I'm like, what is going on? And when can I play like that? And this guy is like, hey man, pick 10 different songs of different, styles and just cover them. And once you're done, you're a guitarist. I'm like, okay, let's do it. And that's what Bro Preet and I did. And I think the very first song I learned was Wherever I May Roam, of course.
Oh,
And
okay.
then followed, yeah, and then followed by a few other Metallica songs, Seek and Destroy. And then
Killer.
we learned palm muting, and then things happened. So it's an amazing journey. Yeah. And over the years, it's just been, trying to find out how to make it more refined, trying to, challenge myself and do different things
Right,
and,
right.
grow. And every day it's like, even if I'm not practicing, I'm growing mentally as a musician. I'm getting more matured. Yeah,
Right.
that's no reason not to practice. So whoever is watching, please practice every day.
Please
It's
practice.
like
There you
4
go.
hours. Yeah, please practice. There's no discount on that, and use a metronome. Use a bloody metronome.
Right,
Yeah, I
right.
mean,
That's right.
in a short, in a short way to say, this is how it has been so far. And yeah,
Killer,
most of my
brother.
credit goes
Killer.
to my brother, pretty much.
Right, right. He's an insane guy, brother. Like, I met you guys back in 2013 in the basement of the Garage Jam when those
Yeah.
underground scenes used to happen. We had, well, I mean, we also played a show together. Back in those days, you and Supreet had a band called Trash.
Yes, we call Thrash.
Yes.
And I remember playing with you guys, and you are like, to me, the first memory of Eddie is Indian dime bag, pretty much.
Oh,
It's like
damn.
this guy
Damn.
can
Thank you
rip
so much.
Pantera. He can definitely belt it. It was amazing, man. It was just amazing meeting you.
Thank you so much, brother. And I think, I mean, it was a small venue, and I remember you guys nailing the whole show down, and it was crazy. I guess you guys played Demolition Hammer's one song twice, and because for the love of it, and it was crazy. It was crazy. It was good. It was good.
Yeah, like we were like big fans of Demolition Hammer, and then we actually called the band Human Broth.
Yes,
We
yes.
changed the name. When we started, it was like, what's in a name? We just want to play music. Like, what do you call it? We play thrash metal. Let's call it thrash. So that's how
Right,
it
right.
went. And yeah, more Supit can tell you more about all this. And then later, Demolition Hammer was such a big influence on us. The riff writing, the drumming, the lyrics, pretty much. And hence we named ourselves Human Broth. We haven't played
Killer.
gigs in a while, and of course, there are no more gigs anymore. We're really
Right, right.
hoping all the COVID things go away, and then we get to go back on stage. And what is a mosh pit with social distancing, man? That's
Definitely.
just
There is no fun
important.
at all. Right.
Yeah.
Social distancing mosh pit. What the hell? Right? Right, right, right. Cool, brother. I've got another question for you. That's like, why the guitar, and what are the guitars you have with you?
Okay, why the guitar? That's an amazing question. I wanted to be a drummer, honestly speaking. When I started, I was like, since I was a kid, I just wanted to whack something. So I'm a guy who wants to use my arms, who's got I want to use the strength in my arms. So I want to whack the kit. I want to play the drums. I saw a guy playing drums in the school, and I was like, wow, it sounds really cool. And I saw him play a roll, and I'm like, wow, it sounds amazing. So wanted to play drums, and then so I was talking to Supreet, and he's like, I'm telling him, bro, I want to play drums. He's like, play guitar, man. It's easier to afford a guitar, and drums. You need to buy a kit. It's really loud. What about the soundproofing? We won't
Right.
have a house to stay if you do all that. I'm like, I still want to play drums, bro. But then he's like, just play a guitar, see how it goes. Just play it. And of course, so because he was advocating on guitar, so he went and he arranged the guitar.
Right.
So my mother actually, when I was in school, she used to play a little bit of veena. So I was kind of used to playing on strings, and at least I had an idea that you had to press the string hard enough to get a good sound.
Right.
So I was like, fine, let me give it a shot, and then start the guitar journey. And then, of course, listening to a heavy song, I love the guitars, and I remember watching Rock in Rio. Yannick Jers was just a maniac in the show. All of them, pretty much. Dave Murray, Adrian Smith. I'm like, I want to play like him. I want to hold the guitar like this and shred.
Exactly.
So this is what I had in my mind. I'm like, no, I'm playing guitar now. Drummer sits behind. I don't want to be the drummer. I want to be in the front shredding. So that's how guitar happened.
Right.
And as I kept playing, I see that it's going well. Things are happening in a good speed. So I was like, fine, let's just stick to guitars. Currently, what I'm playing right now, this is an ESP LTD. This is I'm a big Kirk Hammett fan. I don't care about people who hate him. Kirk Hammett is
Yeah, I
what
love it,
made
man.
me who I am today, man. Kirk Hammett is amazing. Yeah, he
Yeah,
repeats stuff is what people say, and music has just 7 notes, man. It's always repetitive. Okay, so yeah,
right.
music is repetitive. So this is a Kirk Hammett signature series. It's an amazing guitar. It's a it's a what do you call this? Set through, neck through, whatever. It's like one
Yes,
one
yes.
thing.
Neck through.
Yeah,
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, neck through, and it has a beautiful sustain. So this is what
Yeah.
I track my guitar solos and all the six string stuff on. And apart from
It
this,
has
I
a
have
Floyd
a
Rose on it.
oh yeah, it has an original Floyd Rose on it. It's just amazing.
Right.
I haven't
Right.
tuned
Right.
this in about a year now, and just when
Oh.
I'm tracking, I just go just fine tune it a little bit, and that's it. It's good to go. And apart from
Right.
that, I have a Dean. I think you can see there. I have a Rusty Cooley
Yeah, I
signature
can see that.
series.
Oh.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
some of the folks have seen it. Maybe I can just open it and show a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, I have to keep this away.
Hey guys, thank you for joining, man. Really appreciate this, man. Wow.
Yeah, yeah. So that's the
There you
Rusty
go.
Cooley.
Cool. Is that a 7-string guitar?
Oh yeah, but the Kirk Hammett one is the only six-string guitar I have. Rest all I have are seven
Okay.
strings. So
All right.
Nevermore happened, and Jeff Loomis happened, which happens to everyone.
Ha ha ha.
Ashish, you're always funny, man. Okay, so this is Rusty Cooley signature series. This is just an amazing guitar. I was really happy to have Manu from Nihil is now from Prime Rage. So Manu hauled it down from US. The biggest favor he's done, period. And this is just a mean machine. You can just go shred. It's got
Yeah,
AMG
it
active.
looks like a shred machine.
Oh yeah, it's got
Definitely
AMG
looks
active
like
707 and just a volume knob, no tone knob. I don't know. I
Oh.
never touched the tone. I don't know. Maybe if anyone uses tone knob, often you can maybe just drop a comment and tell me when it's exactly being used.
when you're supposed to use it, right?
I've never used it. All I need is the volume. Tone, to yaar, hamesha, the tone is always high, So
Yeah, it has a beautiful color as well, brother.
Oh yeah, the wood is amazing, and it's actually the red paint. It's like a see-through. You can see through the wood, the grains, and all that. Apart from that, I have one terrible acoustic guitar lying over here,
Okay.
and I have a bass guitar. It's a J&D luthier. It's a fretless. It's at
Okay.
Supreet's place right now. So
Well,
maybe
that's a
when
fretless bass guitar.
yeah, that's a fretless bass. So this happened to me once that we had a chance to buy a fretless bass, and we went. So we went picked it up. It's just an amazing guitar. So people who think fretless is really hard and it looks like impossible, it looks like what Einstein does. I think it's simpler than that. It basically, if you play a fretless, get a hang of it. It's not that hard. Just all it needs is practice. I mean, people do
Right.
parkour on like skyscrapers, man. So playing fretless is way simpler than that. Yeah, definitely.
Cool,
So
cool,
yeah, and the thing about fretless is it just makes your ears perfect. You know what
Right.
note you're playing.
Yeah, I
So
think
that
the fretless bass guitars would have they won't have dots, do they? Or they
they
have?
have these.
They
don't
have
have
it, but
yeah, they have these fret markings. Yeah, just
Right,
like
right.
how you have a guitar, but
not on
the
the
rest of the
fingerboard.
fretboard looks like a cricket bat. Yeah, pretty much.
Right, right. Okay. Cool, brother. So tell us about your projects and how do you manage it? You got 3 projects, brother.
Okay, so if you ask Ashish about it, he'll be like, dude, this guy doesn't come to the jam sometimes and all that. It gets a little hard at times, but then so how it started was, sometimes I think this was when I last year when I came back from South Korea. I was like, hey man, I need to do something. I don't have a band. I want to be on stage. Need to do something. And then Infamy happened, and I listened to their stuff. It was amazing, man. I mean, the riffing. To me, it sounded like listening to Newstead and listening to some parts of Load Reload of Metallica, putting them together. It sounded amazing to me. So I was like,
We know why we're laughing, right?
Yeah. I hope
Infamy
Josh
is
is
amazing,
there.
bro. I've heard Infamy. I've heard it in Spotify. Probably they have put the songs in that. Right.
I mean,
I
Ashish is a
wanted
great
to.
riff writer. Yeah, please
Yeah,
go on.
yeah. Ashish is another. He's a great riff writer, by the way. He's amazing with the riffs.
That's
Yeah.
true, man. He's amazing with the riffs. And I've seen him, right? He's like, he comes up with like 50 riffs and then he doesn't even pick one from that. He's like, dude, all sounded crap, man. I'm going to write more riffs. So, I mean, I
Right.
think that's what one should have in him, right? You know? So I heard Infamy and I'm like, dude, this is really good. And Jehosh, actually, he's the one who got the new lineup all together. And then after that, we got in Shreyas Kamath is like an old friend, and then we got in Mario from Renegade. So it was a great setup, and then we started jamming, started feeling good, and I don't know, heart always lies in heavy metal, you know. So
Right.
it's just amazing to play heavy metal, and yeah, then Infamy happened, and after that, I always had this thing in mind that I want to make a solo project. So I'm inspired by this guy, Gus G. So how did Gus G start his career? So I think his dad owns a guitar store, and this guy's been playing since he was a kid. So when he was in the early 20s or late teens, so this guy was like, okay, have you heard the Fire and the Fury? Right? There's a song called The Fire and the Fury. It's a
By Gus
brilliant
G.
instrument song. Gus G, yeah. This is a part of Firewind.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, yeah. So I heard that song, and this song was always on my head, and I was like, I read about it. So Gus G is like, he put that song out to showcase to the world that what kind of shreds he can do and what he'll do. It's like his, the demo that portrays who he is pretty much. So I was like, hey man, maybe even I should do that. Maybe that'll sound cool. So that's when I came up with Tachyon Medula. Hey
Hey, bro.
man, something happened and you got stuck big time.
Yes. We just got stuck and we're back again.
We're back again. Yeah. So
Yeah, a lot of
one question
there's
though.
a lot of
So
Instagram thing. Yeah.
if you are stuck, can people still see me, or is it like everything is stuck?
Uh, your video went still for a while.
Oh,
I could.
okay.
How
Okay.
was it on the other side? You could see me?
Your video was paused. You were paused, so I could see a
Alright,
still
alright.
frame.
All
Okay.
right, all good now. Yeah.
Yeah, all good. So I think I was talking about Tachyon Medula. Yeah,
Yeah,
and Crimson Tip
Tachyon
is a funny name, man. It's definitely a funny name. Yeah.
Tell us about how did you get the name?
Oh, and the name. So the concept. So I started working on a concept. I'm like a sci-fi guy, so I always had this thing about sometimes when I think it's like when you're dreaming. What if the dream is actually you traversing to a multiverse? Like your dream is your portal, and you just go to another world, and maybe you live that life and you come back. Pretty much everything is a simulation at the end of the day. So I was like, what if exactly this is true? And then I was just reading some interesting articles about space and things and Mahabharata. So I don't know about the mythology and all that, man. But what this guy said was, Krishna says there are 14 dimensions in your head, in your brain, like string theory.
Okay.
And I'm like, damn, if the 14 are there in your brain, then you can actually do a lot of things. You can traverse through the multiverse. So what do you need? So you need to be faster than light. So what do you need? What is exactly faster than light? So it's tachyon. So I was like, fine, let's just name it Tachyon Medula. It's just in your brain. So if you can enable it, maybe you can go. So also, which means I should definitely play really fast in the album. There is no way I can play just 2 notes. It has to have
in this case, speed matters. Yeah.
Speed definitely matters. Only one place where you don't have speed limit. No one asks you to slow down, right? So that was Tachyon Medula. And coming down to the latest project and the most fun project that I've been having is Model Collapse.
Right.
So Model Collapse is pretty much a brainchild of Arun, and he was like, hey, he got in touch with Supreet, and then Supreet asked me like, hey, would you want to play? Yeah, we're back.
We are back. Yeah.
So Arun was like, let's do this. And then he had some drummers in his mind. He's like, his guy from Bombay is going to play, and then his guy from Chennai is going to play. And after a while, everyone was busy and no one showed up. So we were like, hey, what do we do? So I was like,
Uh-huh.
hey, why don't we get somebody to play? Maybe Hannes is playing for a lot of people. Maybe you can just check with him. And Arun actually does check with him, and then he's like, hey man, Hannes is game. He wants to play. So,
Right.
and then he gives us like timelines. It's like, this happened in Feb. So Model Collapse was whipped up in the month of Feb. We finished tracking, we finished everything, all work done. And there's also a music video coming up. And trust me, this is
Oh,
going to be like one of those cattle decap music videos, man. That's what I think it's going to be like.
cool, cool.
So
Can't wait, can't wait.
definitely, and we've finished tracking. I think last week, no, like a couple of weeks ago, we finished tracking all the songs, and now we are like, now it's getting mixed, and everything should be out really soon. Hey, is there a disturbance that everybody can hear? I think I hear kind of a beep coming through. Yeah, I think it's gone now.
Pause for everyone because the way I don't have to blame my internet connection. Right. There we go.
This guy's funny. This guy's definitely funny.
Kumar Sasank,
Right.
can you just check if the internet is fine now? Well, Kumar Sasank is my roommate. He's in the next room, by the way.
Cool. So you live with your brother, or this is like, I think you were visiting your brother for some days ago, right? The snake incident that happened.
Yeah, I was.
That was you.
Yes, I was with my brother for a while. I stayed at his house for a couple of days. Then I'm back.
All right.
I stay with my friend, actually.
Oh, okay. Kumar Shashank,
Right.
right? Now we know.
Cool, brother. Nice to know. Nice to know about Infamy, Mall Collapse, and Tachyon Medula, and the story behind. All right, cool. Do you have a particular guitar in your mind that really fascinates you, or a guitar that you don't have but you would want to have it?
Definitely, I would like to have a Flying V, man. A Gibson Flying V. I would definitely want to have
shit.
the old school one. And
I'm
definitely,
looking
that's
forward
like
to have one too.
the most meanest guitar. That's what it looks like. Flying V's are just amazing. And
It's
yeah,
solid.
I think that's definitely something I would like to get first. Yep.
Cool, brother. Cool.
What about you?
Do
What
you
would you
have
What
any?
would you want to buy?
I'm checking out Jackson Flying V right now. Let's see.
Awesome.
Yeah. Let's see, brother. Would you like to play a little bit of out of your those projects or anything like that? Could you just
Yeah, I
throw in
can
some
play.
licks?
Definitely, I can play a couple of things that I've worked on. It was a great experience actually writing for Moral Collapse. So maybe I can just play something out of Moral Collapse. So
All right, let's go.
I haven't put this one out. I think there's just one video out there. So check it out. This is from the song "You're Stillborn, Be Praised." This is like the first solo of it. Okay, let me just check if everything's all right.
Okay.
So yeah, guys, I don't think I'll be putting on backing track for this because I think there's some kind of a problem with Instagram and it starts clipping everything, so just can't hear anything. So
Right.
just bear with me.
Yeah, to all the viewers, yeah.
I don't have any
To all the
metronome on
viewers,
this. So.
actually. Oh, okay. That's fine. So yeah, to all the viewers, there's one thing that I would like to say, that if you're going Instagram live with all your setup, maybe if you're just going live with solo thing, just without inviting any guests, you have a good tone. But as soon as you invite a guest, it just the whole thing just decreases. The sound and everything. There's a lot of frequency going up and down. There's some notes that disappears after a while. There's no sustains. I don't know where am I going wrong. Where is I think a lot of people are facing the same thing. But if anyone is really expert on this, well, I'm not an expert. I just use the stuff. So, so just in case if anyone knows how to do this or fix this, just let us know. Right, bro. Let's go. Let's shred.
Okay, this is "You're Stillborn, Be Praised." So that's the first solo. I'll also play the second solo of this song. There's a video of this, but who cares? Yeah,
That was insane, bro. That was insane. Looking forward to it, brother. Anytime, bro. Anytime. And to all the viewers, maybe this was not so 100% clear, but just reach out, Mr. Mankind, and figure out when the songs are going to be out, and that'll be a clear version, of course. Cool, awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
so we should be having this record out, I think, in the month of September, I believe. So there's a lot of work once mixing is done. So yeah, Arun is working really hard on the post-production segment of it. So, okay, somebody said it sounded good. Thanks, man. It sounded good.
Sounded good. Sounded good.
Able to hear, cool, all good. Yeah, so that was
anyways much better than without. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I want to play another small piece that I wrote for another song. So that's called Denier of Light. So this is again mono collapse. So this one's like a whole tone shred fest or something, whatever you call it. So then this is how it goes.
All right, let's find out.
So just before we start, anybody who wants to set up like how we have set up, like how Eddie has set up and how I use the Zeb to set my thing up, he has a video. Maybe Eddie, you can just link it up here and people can really use it and have a good sound on Facebook or Instagram Live. It was really hard to get the dot on.
Cool. I'll share this little video that I made, which says easy way to set up a live stream using an electric guitar. That'll be available on Instagram in my page, and you guys can check that out. And all you need is an amplifier or maybe a processor or a couple of pedals. Then a couple of connectors, adapters, TRRS, TRS, and all those kind of adapters, and 3.5 jacks and 1/4-inch jacks. And then you need a mixer, you need the guitar, and a pick. That's all.
That's quite funny. So yeah, I might fuck up a couple of parts, so just.
It's okay. We all fuck up.
Yeah, it's all a fuck up, big fuck. So yeah, that's roughly the solo. I don't think I even played correct. Yeah, that was roughly around it.
I have to say this, that you've become a beast.
Thanks, man.
Seriously.
Yeah, thanks.
Like if you know this guitar, this is one of those guitars. Before we had a live show that we played together back in 2013 for the Garage Jam. This was the guitar that I had come to get it from the store, and I checked out that in the Garage Jam, you guys were just jamming up with Arvin, Supreet, you three guys were there, and then I went up to the Sony, because that particular store was called Sonido back in the days, right? I guess you know that. Yeah, I went in there and I got the guitar. I got down, and then I remember you shredding on this particular guitar, all those crazy sweeps. And I didn't know what sweeps are back in the days, by the way. And it's been 7 years, and you've become a beast, brother. Sick.
Oh man, thanks. Man.
Insane.
Thanks so much.
Killer, brother. Killer.
It's really good to hear.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, man.
You're welcome, bro. Cool. So, what's running through your head when you're composing licks or any kind of riffs or anything that's metal?
So one thing for sure, I think when I'm writing anything, it needs to be. I need to enjoy it when I'm listening to it. It should make me move. I should enjoy it first thing.
Right.
So another thing that I use is, so there was one point in my life where I was just chasing technique. I was just running mad behind techniques. I want to see technique. I want to learn this technique. I want to learn that technique. And then there are like thousands of guitarists. Each one of them comes up with 10 technique. And by the time you cover by the time you cover all the 1,000, and then 500 more pop up, like Jason Reeves Richardson, who's like face melting you with his maniac shreds. And then you get over him, and then there's Nick Johnston. And you're like, dude, I want to learn this guy as well. So way too many. So I was like, let's stop chasing technique. I have something with me already. Let's just start writing, and then let's start making my own licks. I think that's where things started to change. So I started to, come up with things like, for example, like, simple things. So you have a typical, let me see. Yeah, you have a typical major sweep, like. So what I do to this is I add a few notes, which add a color to it, like just a
Right.
note, pretty much. Just you're just adding some notes, adding this some color into it. You have the basic template, and just keep adding things to it. See how it sounds. See which one suits you.
Cool.
And then try to mix and match. And most
Uh-huh.
importantly is you need to enjoy what you've written. You need to enjoy what
Right.
is being
Right.
played. That's the most
Yeah.
important thing. But I think
Yeah.
that's pretty much my process of writing.
A lot of practice.
Definitely lots of practice. I
A lot
have to
of practice.
practice.
Right. Right. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. So, tell me about how do you see the music scene through your eyes? India
Well,
especially.
that's a good question, man. Music scene. I think right now the music scene is pretty much what's happening here right now. What you are doing is pretty much the music scene. It's all online, and then yeah, it's pretty much. Oh, that was a nice. Like, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot,
Yeah, that's Sean.
Sean.
That's my
Sean,
brother.
thanks
There
a
we
lot,
go.
Sean.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Hey, Sean, how's it going, man? Yeah, been a while. So the music scene right now, I don't know how these things, how having some kind of a live talk and rant about what's happening about music and all that. I don't know how that's going to help. I think right now the bigger problems are, people are losing lives and we're at the verge of war. I think we need to sort that out first.
Right.
And music scene is pretty much, I think there's no live. Of course, everyone knows there's no live. Yeah, bro, I'll talk about the gear in a bit. And music scene pretty much is make whatever you can make at home, and then just put it out for people to listen to. And then
Right.
making, I think maybe playthroughs and having such live sessions. I think this is the way to go. I see great guys like Andre Neri, Rick Graham, all these guys. That's what they've been doing. I think that's how it's going to be from here on.
Cool. Cool. Awesome. Awesome, bro. All right. There's
Okay,
someone.
and to
Raj.
if you don't mind if I take Raj, he's actually a friend from Hyderabad.
Yes. Yes. Go ahead.
He's
Go ahead, please.
from.
Yeah.
So the gear,
Yeah.
what I
Talk us
use
about your
is
game. Yeah.
yeah. So earlier, so I think I've run you guys down with the guitars that I have. So just to go back again, so this is an LTD, not an ESP. Yeah, I already lost. I spent a lot of money on LTD itself. ESP is impossible. So this one's a Kirk Hammett signature series, and then I have a Rusty Cooley signature series. This is my 7-string guitar where all this 6 7-string stuff happens. This is the guitar for Tachyon Medula. So that's that. And I run everything through this thing called as Focusrite iTrack dock. This is also my live rig. I've used it live a few times. And everything goes into my iPad pretty much. I use Bias FX or I use Amplitude. I'm a big fan of Mesa. So I'm either using Mark 4 or I'm using triple rectifier, and just throw in one distortion pedal. It can be your tube screamer, and then that's about it. And then just make sure you get you mic your cabinet all right. I think that's all pretty much I work on. And all the model collapse work, all that was done on Amplitude as well, and I used the Mark IV to track all the solos on that. And all live happens with my iTrack dock, and even now you can, what you're hearing is iTrack dock. All the yeah, this is all iTrack dock. Yep, that's pretty much it. So I've gone digital. I I am into making processors. I not these processors. I make ICs. I make processors for Intel. So I
Oh,
figured
cool.
out. I realized that CMOS, right? There's something called a CMOS technology. If you see B3K, B7K, right, the dark glass, you would see something written as micro tubes, or you see CMOS overdrive. So
Mhm.
pretty much CMOS is nothing but having a nanotube. Okay, it's like having a typical tube which is in 5 nanometer or 10 nanometer size. So having something digital is pretty much like having billions of tubes, and then you can just use any VST and you can get the sound out. So why even break your head by big amps? Nothing can replace the big amps, yes, but then when you can replicate something to 99%, I don't think you can. If you can hear the 99%, I'm sure you won't be hearing the 1% which is missing.
Right.
So that's what I think, and that's why I went all digital.
Cool, cool, cool. We got another questions from the viewers here. We have top three favorite bands.
Top three favorite bands. Okay. Right now, all time favorite bands, I would say Nevermore, Necrophages, Deeds of Flesh. Nothing beats all these three, right? It's
Killer.
just way too much, man. I mean, these three bands are like just too much for me. And
Right.
right now, the top three bands to me, I've been listening to this band called Seventh Wonder. Some really
Mhm.
amazing vocals, amazing songwriting. And there's a band called Circus Maximus. Really cool.
Oh,
And apart from that, I've been digging Greg Howe. That's one mad guitarist, man. I would want to cover one of his songs. I want to cover the song Jumpstart. Oh yeah, I need a jumpstart to start that song. It's really epic, you know. It's got a lot of hybrid picking, and he's got a lot of weird tonal changes. Like this guy makes everything sound just so much like just so Dorian. Everything sounds like rock and roll. Yeah, top three band.
mhm. Cool, cool. We
So
have
yeah,
another. There we go, Adam Hendrickson. That's the answer to your question. Here we go. Okay, inspirations. You already told about that, I
yeah.
guess, but
Yeah. I think to add to the inspiration, I always have been a big fan of Jason Becker. One big
Jason
leap that
Becker.
happened, I think, when you are a guitarist, you become like, a blues guy. What happens after pentatonics,
Mhm.
right? Now I'm
Yeah.
belting, yeah, you get to a point when you belt pentatonics, and then what after that? And then you're like, hey man, I sound like Kirk Hammett. But you can't sound like Kirk Hammett. He's just amazing. But you keep wondering, how do I go beyond this? So that's when Jason Becker happened to me. That's when
Right.
Cacophony happened. That's when his Perpetual Burn CD happened to me, and it just took
Hmm.
me to another world. And that's how I got into it. And Michelangelo Badio, one
Uh-huh.
crazy guitarist, and the song Speed Kills, right? I think I even
Right, right.
remember the lick, which just got me into it. Yeah, like that stuff was like, I'm like, I really want to play this. And it just got me into playing arpeggios, understanding arpeggios, getting into technical stuff and things like
Right,
that.
right.
So Michelangelo Badio and his warm up, his licks, all those things just made it amazing for me. And Jeff Loomis is one big influence. Again, he got me into 7 string music. I started playing a lot of Nevermore stuff. And Nevermore is just, I think it runs in my blood salt, but I still missed I think you froze, bro. Again.
Yeah, I think it's fine now.
Yeah, it's all fine. It's all fine. Yeah, all is good.
Yeah. Okay, cool. We have another. Well, Adam Hendrickson says, "Can you mash up caught somewhere in time and the Helion Electric Eye?" Brother, that's for you. You go ahead and make a video and send it to me, or maybe post it out to Facebook or YouTube. Killer. Mr. Hendrickson is an amazing artist, by the way.
Okay, okay. That's nice. I mean, good to meet new musicians over here. I think
Yeah,
I should.
he's learning a lot of licks.
Great, great.
Killer, bro. And
Yeah.
well, do you work in an office?
Yes,
Okay.
I mean, not. We don't go to office now, but then
Okay.
I'm in a verification of processors, your Intel processors. It can be all your i5, i7. So we work in
Right, right.
pre-silicon phase. So it's all the code. We work at bit level. We make sure that we make sure that your hardware works all right. And
Right.
yeah, it's a bit of a consuming job. So that's the reason most of the times I don't find time to practice. But then you have no discount on practice. So just STFU and practice.
Definitely.
That's all I would say.
20.
Yeah.
Everybody's got 24 hours, and just find your own time. Just turn off your cell phone,
Exactly.
everything, and just find your own
Sleep
time and
less,
just
touch yourself
close the
less.
door.
So whatever you want to do, just play.
Cool,
Just
cool,
play.
cool.
Just yeah.
All right,
I think
awesome,
I
man.
saw one question about top 5 riffs.
Oh yeah,
I think
yeah.
so. Top 5
There's
riffs. I think
somewhere.
first one is always going to be Master of Puppets, man. Like I
Right,
don't think
there
there's
we
any
go.
riff that's better than. Nothing beats Master of Puppets.
Right, there we go.
And that's definitely the first riff. Second riff would be Blood Oath, Suffocation. There's an amazing riff that comes after the intro riff. It's just too much. I don't think I can play it here because it's like a different tuning. Yeah, so go something like that. And of
Right.
course, the next favorite riff would be this. This is one of my actual favorite ones, man. This is Extreme Unction, Necrophages. One
There we go.
badass riff. Yeah,
Right.
Necrophages and 2 more, right? And I would definitely pick Garden of Grey. That is from
Oh.
Nevermore. That's one mad riff. And to end with, I think Painkiller, man.
Yeah, there we
Painkiller
go.
is just kick ass. Badass
Painkiller
riff.
is an amazing composition, man.
Definitely,
Judas
man.
Priest.
Definitely.
Judas Priest,
all
man.
the way.
Cool, man. It was well, so much of things and so less time, So we are almost at the end of this first episode, and well, I have one last question for you. That's pretty quick. I mean, and it was really nice listening to you talk and play and rock and talk. There we go. and
Rock and roll.
and
Rock and roll
thank you so
people.
much for thank you so much for joining. And I didn't expect for so many people to join, and it was really great to have everybody here, and of course Mr. Mankind talking about his experience and playing some sick stuff. There we go. Right, one last question, brother.
Yes, sir.
This might really help for the beginners as well, and for people who have never gone on stage or anything like that. I mean, you've been on stage for so many years, and tell us about your mindset when you're on stage.
Pretty much the mindset is forget whatever baggage you have. You're on stage. That's the place. People have come to watch you. So just go there and just shine, and just don't hold back anything. Just go there and explode, man. That's about it.
Right.
Everyone's come to watch you. It's like, you don't have to be subdued, or you don't have to be like, oh man, this guy's looking at me. I'm like, dude, they come to watch you. You are the idol. You're like a god right now. So you're on stage. That's the life, man. Stage life is life. The rest, everything else is just not happening. So
Right.
and thrive to be on stage. Don't ever be like, hey, let's not play. Let's play. Let's be on stage.
Yeah, let's go on
Yeah,
stage. Let's forget everything and let's get the crowd moving.
Definitely, man. And yeah, definitely, yeah. Make sure that you and I also I always respect all the crowd that is always there, and the crowd over here, the crowd who supported us all over the years. Without you guys, we don't survive. So we need you.
Right,
It's like a
right,
back and thing. So yeah.
right. Cool, cool, brother. Cool, brother. Let's get a little more mellow and let's get a little more bluesy. Let's get old. Let's play a couple of licks and end this whole thing within this frame of 2 minutes.
Definitely.
All right, I'm gonna start some, and you gotta go next. Okay. There we go. Cool, bro. It was so nice to have you and everybody who joined. This was amazing. We gotta keep doing this, and I'm just gonna announce who the next person or the next guest would be. And stay tuned. And thank you so much, brother. It was an honor to be a part of this, and having you was great. And you were the first guy to open up this whole Rock and Talk live streaming show. And I don't know what to say. I'm stoked. I'm so happy about this.
Thanks a lot for having me over. First thing, first episode. I'm really honored to be a part of this, and it's always amazing to hang out with Eddie and have some riff offs or lick offs, if you may. It was amazing fun always. Yeah.
Killer. That was great.
Always fun, and looking forward to more episodes of Rock and Talk. And yes, rock and roll, baby.
Rock and roll. Cool, brothers. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. And well, everything that's here will be posted in the page in IGTV. You guys can check it out anytime. People who missed it or joined late can always go back to the page and figure out what happened in this first episode, And thank you so much. Thank you so much. Crimson Tits. Oh my God.
Crimson.
There we go.
Yep.
Cool. All right. There we go.
36D of the color crimson. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, brother. And
right,
good night, everyone. Good night, brother. Thank you so much.
Good night. Bye. Yeah. Thanks a lot, everyone. Thanks a lot for having me over. Good night.
Cool. Good night.